Hey guys, I'm back again. And we have someone who was very high ranking, someone who was extremely intelligent, and a person that would not be in the radar of what he did. This is David Russell Williams. He's a colonel, and he was the Canadian Armed Forces, like the top of his league. You know, he was up there. Russell was born March 7th, 1963. He was married. He does have a wife. And he had this itching for other things. He would he was a peeping Tom, basically. So it was just something in him that he couldn't stop. And because of how high up that he was, he went under the radar. Again, what does a killer, a murderer look like? There isn't a look. There's not a look. It's mental. It's a mental thing. So around January 2010, the police, they were looking for a woman by the name of Jessica Lloyd. And because of there being a roadblock, a police checkpoint, that's how they were able to catch Williams. He was at her house. He did sexually assault her. And there was another case that he was convicted of. Mind you, this is all we know. We have no idea how many others that other murders this guy was involved in. Remember, he's the smartest person in the room. That's your sick sociopath. They are the smartest person in the room. He was arrogant, egotistical, bit snobby, but he was at the top of his league, so no one would question anything. He was a colonel. You know, this guy was in the armed forces. Like, this is not some child's play. This is not something that anyone can get into. He was, he was an insane person that no one would suspect. Luckily, he was dumb enough to leave his shoe print, his boot print, in her yard. Luckily, they were able to see the tracks from his car. So this is where going when you're so intelligent that you do make mistakes. And that's where he made the mistake. He was born in Grove, Worcestershire, England. He was born in England, and his family, they moved to Canada. His father, he worked in a laboratory, and his father again, he was, it was, I guess, the brains run into the family, because he was like a nuclear research laboratories where his father worked in. So yeah. His parents did divorce. He was pretty young when they divorced. And he went to high school, top of his class. He learned to play the piano. The family spent some time in South Korea. He was in boarding school. He was of a small group that just was at the top 10 of his school. And he was a likable guy. Funny. Again, another charming person. Very charming. People liked to be around him. They probably even looked up to him, probably admired him, because they knew that he was a smart person. And he was in the military for like 23 years. So this is someone who had a great life. He was successful. He was not a bad looking guy. He was not. You know, he was doing a lot of things that some people wish that they could do. How many people do you know that's a pilot? Like, come on, it's a big deal. It really is. The problem is he had this thing where he couldn't let go of those weird little callings. Like, he couldn't stop. He couldn't stop. He has a wife. He has a life. He has a good life. Why would you do that? Why would you do something like that and risk it all? They said he would peep into these women's homes. This guy had hundreds of underwear from women's souvenirs. How his wife did not see these things, who knows? Who knows? You know, they say, oh, you should have privacy. People should respect their privacy. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Because I feel like if certain things... How did this guy hide all these underwears from his wife? Like, come on, this guy was trying on underwear. She never seen that? You know, he would take pictures of himself modeling these women clothes, their underwear, their laces. It was just weird. You know, it was weird. You know, this guy was breaking and entering. He was just sexually assaulting. It's two women that we know of. The two that we know of. There's another one, Marie France Camus. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that. I'm probably torturing that name. She was a 37-year-old military technician. Hello, close to home. Close to home. And you're telling me that there's no way that no one knew at all. Well, now he's gone away, and he's sentenced to 2 life sentences for first-degree murder and for the sexual assaults. So he's gone, and hopefully he'll stay there. So sad what he did to these poor women. What do you guys think? Do you think if you were living with this guy that you would know something? Do you feel that you would have found out about your husband? Like, what do you think? Let me know in the comments, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.